Okay, so it's going down the highway and transmission started acting funny. Pulled off at the rest stop and I've got transmission fluid spewing out all over the place. I recently had my transmission fluid changed, so my assumption is that something didn't get hooked back up properly. Not quite yet able to figure out where it's coming from though. Appears to be coming from the back of the transmission, but there's not a whole lot of space under here for me to see what's going on. Let's see if I can get a camera up there. Maybe I'll just go back and review the video. Plus I'm trying not to roll around in a puddle of transmission fluid. Get my head in it. Okay guys, here I'm actually at the Turnpike rest stop right now because my truck was having troubles on the Turnpike. When I was driving, it started to, well, the transmission started acting funny. Started shifting all over the place and everything like that, weird. So I stopped and looked underneath and I'm dropping transmission fluid all over the ground. So just trying to do some basic diagnostic troubleshooting. So right now I'm at, and as you can see, I was just taking a look at 4Scan. 4Scan says the transmission fluid temperature is at 166 degrees right now. I had it running for a little while because I'm trying to check the fluid level. Now, when I was taking a look online, it says the fluid should be around 200 degrees to check it at the right level. So right now it should read a little bit lower theoretically because this fluid expands as it gets warm. Fluid should read a little lower than the appropriate level. So, but what I'm finding is that it's actually a lot higher than it looks like when it was changed. Too much fluid was put in. So I'm going to take a look right now. So you saw that it's 166 degrees. Good. Let's see if you can see this. I'm going to stick my hand up here, try not to burn myself. Put a light up here. So the truck is running. It's in park. It is level. And let's see. That wicked hot catalytic converter sitting there, right there. All right. Dipstick is in. I'm gonna take it back out. Ouch. And look how high that is. So when the fluid's at temperature, it should be between this mark and this mark right here, these two marks. The fluid is colder than what it should be when you check it, so theoretically it should be lower, but instead we're way above. And I already spewed out a bunch of fluid all over the ground too. So it looks like it was way overfilled when the transmission fluid was changed. So anyway, I'm gonna take it back to the shop. I'll first try to siphon some of this stuff out, take it back to the shop, and I don't know. So my concern is that it could have done damage to the transmission, because it's never, like I said, it's never really acted quite right ever since the transmission fluid was changed. And now, not bad, it just, like, a couple things just kind of like, that seems weird. It wasn't really bad, like not bad enough that you'd think that, oh yeah, I should take this back, but it I don't know, it just wasn't quite like I expected, I suppose, you know. So but then as I was driving on the turnpike yesterday, the transmission started acting real funny. It started downshifting and upshifting, you know, when it wasn't supposed to, kind of feeling like it was losing power. And I pulled off, and there's transmission fluid all over the ground. Now, I don't know if that is a result of it. If it gets too high, is there a relief valve somewhere that spews out or something? I don't know. I'm not sure about the answer to that question, because I haven't looked into it yet. But anyway, I guess my concern now is that we did damage to the transmission by running it with the fluid level so high. So anyways, I'm going to suck some of this transmission fluid out and see what we come up with. So that's pretty much all. Okay, so I'm driving home right now after setting the correct fluid level in my transmission, and so far everything seems to be operating correctly, I think. Transmission, I've still got the forescan connected. Transmission fluid temperature is at 183 degrees, so and it doesn't seem to be shifting unusual right now, but it was a little while. But I still have another 70 miles or so to get home, so we'll see if anything happens or acts unusual on the way home. So that's all. And there's a gauge cluster there. You can see the fluid temperature looks about in the middle right there, but I also have the forescan connected, and you can, I don't know if you can see the reflection, but it's 185 degrees. So that's it. Later. So after doing just a little bit more research, as far as I can tell, what could potentially have happened is the transmission fluid was so high that it actually caused some foaming up, which caused it to expand even more, and then caused the transmission fluid to blow out the breather valve, or the breather tube. So because I was trying to see somewhere where the transmission fluid was leaking, and I cannot tell anywhere, like the gasket or anything like that, you know, the transmission lines, the lines going to the transmission cooler or anything, you know, nothing appears to be leaking. So that's my best guess, is that the fluid was just way too high and blew out the started spewing out the breather tube. So which could be a problem, because then it weakens the seals potentially. I don't know. So anyways, that's my best guess at the situation, and yeah, that's all. Thanks.